I couldn't only imagine Malik Willis playing in Liberty, right? I know I know he came from the SEC originally, but to get out there and be in Arrowhead, which is close to a big-time college/pro environment, is maybe the most college environment in the pros as well. That had to be completely overwhelming, and yet Kansas City, despite giving up only one first down to Tennessee after 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, Tennessee forces the game into overtime and had an opportunity to win this thing. But Mahomes is just ridiculous. It's just absolutely absurd. What do you think of watching him?
He's fun, man. He's just so fun. And my brother Kyle got a chance to play with him in Kansas City, and just the people that talk about him and are close to him talk about like that Jordan-like competitiveness, and that gets thrown around a lot, but it's legit with him. You know, he's the type of guy that just raises the level of everybody, and they're so well coached. Like late in the game, they got to get down. I forget what the context was, but the ball's rolling around. They got to get on the ball and snap the ball. And they're just so fast to the line. Like, everything's just much more buttoned up. Like, they're running they're champions, you know what I mean? Like, they're a team that's in the middle of a championship window. They've lost some players, you know, the pieces are different. But who they are has not changed, like who they are. And a lot of it has to do with Patrick Mahomes and the tone he sets. So, you know, whether it's if you got to throw the ball 68 times or 58 times or whatever it is, you got to throw the ball, you know, a bunch. You know, if I gotta do it with my legs, I gotta do it with my legs. You know, if the defense has got to step up, those last 8 drives for Tennessee, you can get much. I mean, that's how the NFL is. You got to win in different ways, and that offense has been a little hot and cold. And the back end for Tennessee has played really well all year, and they played physical last night. But I just, you know, I hate to in a loss make it about Mike Vrabel, but I'm obsessed with the guy. Like, former players are probably all watching this guy like, you would love to play for this cat, because the belief that he instills in his team is just amazing. Not just to go there and go toe-to-toe with him, but to go down 10-0, basically 9-0, and figure out you're going to get back in this game and throw the ball 8-10 times. Like, you know, Kansas City had an opportunity to pull away. They didn't. And then Tennessee started playing the game on their terms. Like, it's amazing that Tennessee played that game on their terms.
They did, but here's the thing, the conundrum with Tennessee, okay? We could place the A.J. Brown stuff aside because that's so obvious.
So obvious.
Okay, I mean, the receiver didn't catch a pass last night. But then again, like I said, you had a kid from Liberty now showing up on Sunday Night Football in Arrowhead in his second career start, you know, that he didn't know it was really making or not. He probably had a sense all week, but let's just place the wide receiver stuff aside. It's the conundrum with Derrick Henry. He is so, by far and away, their best player. And they can't, I guess, they can't keep throwing him out there for a 30-touch night, right? I mean, and I understand that. But I don't understand why they take him off the field just because it's 2nd and 9 or 3rd and 8. He can flip the field on any touch when you know the touch is coming, too. He's their biggest home run hitter, and they take him off the field. And I don't that's like taking Aaron Judge off the field. That's taking, you know, it's taking Ja Morant off the court, like just because the score is what it is, or the down and distance. I don't understand it. You have the floor off of that.
You know, like that's an interesting deal. Like you know, on 3rd down, maybe use them a little bit more, that sort of thing. I think the bottom line with Tennessee, their problem is more that their floor is so high, but I just don't know how high their ceiling is. You know, so we could use Derrick Henry on 3rd down more and that sort of thing, but they're a really good football team. But if you look at their wins, I think it's Houston, it's Indy twice. It's, you know, it hasn't been. I hate saying this because it's so dismissive, but they haven't beat anybody. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. No, it's Vegas. It's Vegas, Indianapolis, Washington, Indianapolis, and Houston. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because we just went through and did this like whole power rankings thing. Thanks a lot to my co-host.
Nice.
Who came in this morning and was like, "Let's do some power rankings."
Shout out.
Power rankings. Dumbest thing in the world. It's changed every week. It takes no skill to do power rankings. But
That's true.
You know, I couldn't put him in my top 7 teams or whatever it was, which is an arbitrary number too. Thank you very much. But I couldn't put him in my top 7 teams because they haven't beat anybody. You know, if I was a committee, I'd be like, you know, like there's no quality wins here. Now, they are a high floor team, and a lot of that has to do with Derrick Henry, who should be – there's some non-traditional MVPs that we should be talking about, and they're not all sexy, and they're not all on teams that are undefeated or anything, but, you know, whether it's Derrick Henry or Tyreek Hill, like we should consider position players for this because he just adds such an element to that team.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.